All right, so as you guys know, iOS 26 has been plagued with a number of bugs, and if you guys took the leap and wanted to download this on your primary device, you might be regretting it and want to know how to downgrade. Fortunately, it is not that difficult to do. However, you cannot do it straight from your iPhone anymore. You will need a PC or a Mac to get this done. There is unfortunately no way around it, so just keep that in mind. You do need a computer to get through this process. The good thing is, luckily, it will not take that long to do, and the steps are very quick and easy. So the first thing you're going to do, and I'm going to set the iPhone down, is find the actual signed, most up-to-date iOS 18 point whatever file. At the time of recording, it is 18.5 that is signed. It could be 18.5.1, 18.6. That is now in beta also. Whatever it is, you just need to find the most current and up-to-date version. To do that, whether you're on a Mac or a PC, you're going to go to ipsw.me and find your software for your device. This site has been around for years. I've been using it for a while. This is the way to go if you want to upgrade. So for us, we're going to use an iPhone. If you get any sort of pop-up, just close it out. You want to get to this screen to select your device. Again, for us in this case, it's going to be an iPhone 16 Pro Max. And when you select it, you will see the signed IPSWs. That is going to be the top one. And again, currently it is 18.5. Below it, you will see a list of the old ones that were signed that have now went dormant and are unsigned. Always look for this restore file, as it will help you get the most up-to-date, stable download. What you're going to want to do is select it then, and then you're going to want to scroll down and click the download with the 9.85 gigabytes or whatever it might be at that time. Again, don't get confused with all these other download options here that you're seeing. These are just simply ads. You want this main blue button here. And what you do when you select it, you will see it will start downloading as it is doing right here. And I'm going to stop this because I don't need it currently. I just want to run through the process and show you guys what to expect really with everything that you'll need to do. Once you have that, you can actually move it to your desktop if you wish for easy access, unless it's cluttered, but just have it in a location where you can easily find it. Next, if you are going to be using a Mac, no additional software is going to be needed. However, if you're using a Windows computer, you will need to download Apple Devices, which is a new app, or just iTunes, whichever one you want. So for this scenario, obviously, we're going to use our Mac, and then you're going to need a USB-C cable, or whichever is applicable for your device. So we're just going to plug this in here to one of the USB-C ports, and then plug in our iPhone. And you should see that it's charging, letting you know it's red. You might get a pop-up either on one of the devices, and here's one right here that says trust this computer. Your settings and data will be accessible from MacBook when connected wirelessly or a cable. I'm gonna go ahead and trust it. Let me go ahead and enter my password here. And once you do that, you should then be able to set your phone down and go right into Finder. When you do, you will see a pop-up right on the left-hand side here that says, so whatever your phone is named, so Android iPhone 16 Pro Max, and this is the main option you're going to want to look for. You're going to want to see Restore iPhone. And when you select this, don't just simply press the button because it says you must have this all turned off. It's okay. If you forgot this step, this is the reminder here, because if it messes up, you won't be able to find your device. You're going to want to grab your iPhone then, and to turn it off, you're going to simply go ahead and go into Settings, and then just your Apple account here, Find My, and then you're going to want to simply turn that off. It might take a second to do. Once you turn that off though, you will be good to go, and you're going to want to hop back into iTunes, and then you're going to want to either use, depending on what version you're on, the option button here on a Mac, I should say, or you're going to want to use the Shift key on a Windows PC, and when you click Option and then the Restore button, you will get a different pop-up that will say Use this file, and then you'll select it and simply go ahead and restore your device. This currently is the only option and way to do it. I currently actually am liking iOS 26, so I'm not going to go ahead and knock this out and downgrade back to iOS 18.5. But that's it. These are the steps you need to follow for using this if you want to downgrade. I do wish, and hopefully at some point in settings, they will add this option under software update and beta updates, where if you turn it off, or they'll be given a different option to go back to the most stable build, that would make it that much easier. Unfortunately, currently though, this is the only way to do it. So, sorry I didn't do a live demo deleting the whole thing, but this should walk you through the whole process in a short time. If you have any questions, comment it down below. If you found any other updates or ways around this, please let us know, let everyone else know so all the viewers are aware as well. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.